The KRYLL fleet emerged from the wormhole like a storm of shadows, their ships sleek and menacing, bristling with weapons that glowed faintly in the void. The United Earth Defense Force, UEDF, had been tracking the anomaly for days, but nothing could prepare them for the sheer scale of the invasion. Hundreds of vessels, each larger than Earth's largest carriers, formed a formidable armada. Their message was brief and chilling, broadcast on all frequencies. Surrender or be annihilated. Panic spread across Earth's governments as the alien fleet advanced, their intentions clear. The KRYLO were not here to negotiate. They were here to conquer. On Earth, emergency councils convened. Diplomats argued for caution, urging attempted communication, but the military brass knew better. The KRYLO's reputation preceded them. They were conquerors, not negotiators. The UEDF had one card left to play, a project so secret that even most of Earth's leaders were unaware of its existence. The Titan, a warship of unparalleled size and power. Hidden in a remote asteroid belt, the Titan was humanity's last hope. Captain Elena Reyes, a veteran of the Martian skirmishes, was chosen to lead the mission. Her crew, a mix of seasoned officers and brilliant scientists, was briefed on the dire situation. The Titan was not just a ship. It was a statement, a testament to human ingenuity and determination. The Titan was a marvel of engineering, a behemoth of steel and advanced technology. Its hull was reinforced with experimental alloys, capable of withstanding extreme conditions. Its weapon systems, powered by quantum energy cores, could deliver devastating firepower. But its most impressive feature was its AI-driven tactical system, capable of analyzing and adapting to enemy strategies in real time. As the crew prepared for launch, Captain Reyes addressed them. "This is not just a mission," she said, her voice steady. "This is our stand. If we fail, humanity falls. But if we succeed, we show the galaxy that we are not to be underestimated." The Titan's engines roared to life, and the massive ship surged toward the KRYLL fleet. The journey to the edge of the solar system was tense. The crew worked tirelessly, running simulations and preparing for every possible scenario. The KRYLL fleet was formidable, but the Titan had one advantage: surprise. The aliens had no idea humanity possessed such a weapon. As the Titan approached the KRYLL armada, the crew activated its cloaking device, rendering the ship invisible to enemy sensors. Captain Reyes studied the holographic display of the KRYLL fleet, her mind racing. "We hit them hard and fast," she ordered. "Target their command ship first. Without their leadership, they'll be disorganized." The Titan moved into position, its weapons charging silently. The first salvo was devastating. The Titan decloaked and unleashed a barrage of plasma lances, striking the KRYLL flagship with pinpoint accuracy. The alien ship's shields flared and collapsed, its hull buckling under the onslaught. The KRYLL fleet, caught off guard, scrambled to respond. Energy beams and swarms of drones were launched toward the Titan, but its shields held firm. The crew worked with precision, their training and teamwork evident in every move. The KRYLL's tactics were predictable, relying on overwhelming force rather than strategy. The Titan's AI analyzed their patterns, adapting its defenses and counterattacks with ruthless efficiency. As the battle raged, the crew noticed a weakness in KRYLL's formation. Their ships relied heavily on a centralized command structure, with the flagship coordinating every move. Without it, their coordination faltered. Captain Reyes seized the opportunity. "Hack their comms," she ordered. "Disrupt their chain of command." The Titan's tech specialists worked quickly, infiltrating the KRYLL's communication network. Within minutes, the alien fleet was in chaos, ships colliding as their orders became garbled. The Titan pressed its advantage, targeting key vessels and crippling the KRYLL's ability to fight back. The KRYLL flagship, now adrift and burning, was a final target. Captain Reyes gave the order, and the Titan's main cannon fired, a beam of pure energy that tore through the alien ship. The explosion lit up the void, a blinding flash that marked the end of the KRYLL's dominance. The remaining ships, leaderless and demoralized, began to retreat. The crew of the Titan cheered, but Captain Reyes remained focused. "This isn't over," she said. "They'll be back, and we need to be ready." The Titan S sensors tracked the retreating KRYLL ships, ensuring they left the solar system. For now, humanity was safe, but the war was far from over. The Titan had proven its worth, but the cost of victory weighed heavily on the crew. They had faced the unknown and emerged victorious. But the galaxy was vast, and the KRYLL were just the beginning. The Titan S sensors detected the KRYLL fleet regrouping at the edge of the system, their ships forming a defensive perimeter around a massive, ominous structure. The World Breaker, as it was later identified, was a planet-killing superweapon, its dark silhouette radiating an aura of dread. Captain Reyes studied the holographic display, her mind racing. The KRYLL had not come merely to conquer. They had come to annihilate. The World Breaker was a threat unlike any humanity had faced, capable of reducing Earth to ash with a single shot. The crew of the Titan knew they had to act fast. "We can't let that thing fire," Reyes said, her voice firm. "If it does, it's over. We take it out, no matter the cost." The Titan's engines roared as it closed the distance, its cloaking device masking its approach. The KRYLL fleet, still reeling from their earlier defeat, was on high alert. Their ships moved in coordinated patterns, forming a protective barrier around the World Breaker. The Titan S AI analyzed their movements, identifying weak points in their formation. "We need to get inside that thing," Reyes said, turning to her crew. "A direct assault won't work. We'll need to infiltrate it and disable it from within." Lieutenant Marcus Cole, the ship's chief of security, stepped forward. "I'll lead the team," he said. "We'll need stealth tech and explosives. If we can reach the core, we can take it down." Reyes nodded. "Make it happen. We'll cover you." The infiltration team, clad in advanced stealth suits, boarded a small shuttle and launched from the Titan. The shuttle's cloaking device rendered it invisible to KRYLL sensors, allowing it to slip through the alien fleet's defenses. The team approached the World Breaker, its massive hull looming like a mountain in the void. Cole and his team docked at a maintenance hatch, their movements precise and deliberate. The hatch opened with a hiss, revealing a dimly lit corridor. The team moved silently, their weapons at the ready. The interior of the World Breaker was a labyrinth of alien technology, its walls pulsating with faint, eerie light. The team's objective was clear: reach the core and plant explosives. The KRYLL soldiers patrolling the corridors were formidable, their armor sleek and their weapons advanced. The infiltration team avoided direct confrontation, using their stealth tech to remain undetected. When they were forced to fight, they did so with brutal efficiency, their training and equipment giving them the edge. The deeper they went, the more resistance they encountered. The KRYLL were clearly aware of the World Breaker's vulnerability, and they were determined to protect it. Cole's team pressed on, their determination unwavering. They knew the stakes. Failure was not an option. The core of the World Breaker was a massive chamber, its walls lined with glowing conduits that pulsed with energy. At its center was a swirling vortex of power, the source of the superweapon's destructive capability. Cole and his team moved quickly, planting explosives at key points around the chamber. The KRYLL soldiers guarding the core were caught off guard, their reaction slowed by the team's stealth tech. The explosives were set, and the team began their retreat. "We got 5 minutes," Cole said, his voice tense. "Let's move." The team sprinted to the corridors, their cloaking devices masking their movements. The KRYLL soldiers, now aware of the intrusion, scrambled to intercept them, but it was too late. The shuttle was waiting when the team reached the docking bay. They boarded quickly, the shuttle's engines roaring to life as it detached from the World Breaker. The Titan was waiting nearby, its weapons trained on the superweapon. "We're clear," Cole reported. "Detonate the charges." The explosives erupted in a chain reaction, the shock waves rippling to the World Breaker's hull. The superweapon's core destabilized, the vortex of energy collapsing in on itself. The World Breaker shuddered, its hull cracking as the internal explosions grew in intensity. The KRYLL fleet realized what was happening, began to retreat, their ships scattering in all directions. The World Breaker's final moments were spectacular. The massive structure erupted in a blinding flash, its hull torn apart by the cascading explosions. The shock wave rippled through the KRYLL fleet, damaging several ships and forcing the rest to retreat. The Titan S shields absorbed the brunt of the blast, protecting the ship and its crew. Captain Reyes watched as the Worldbreaker was reduced to debris, a sense of relief washing over her. "Good work, everyone," she said. "But this isn't over. The KRYLO will regroup, and they'll come back stronger. We need to be ready." The Titan S crew, though exhausted, knew she was right. The battle had been won, but the war was far from over. The Titan S sensors tracked the retreating KRYL ships, ensuring they left the system. The crew began repairs, the ship's automated systems working tirelessly to restore its damaged systems. The infiltration team returned to the Titan, their mission a success, but their spirits heavy. They had faced the unknown and emerged victorious, but the cost had been high. The Titan had proven its worth, but the galaxy was vast, and the KRYL were just the beginning. Captain Reyes stood on the bridge, her gaze fixed on the stars. "We've shown them what we're capable of," she said. "Now we need to show them we're not afraid." The Titan's engines hummed as it prepared for the next phase of the conflict, its crew united and determined. Humanity had faced the darkness and emerged stronger, but the fight was far from over. The Titan's victory over the Worldbreaker had bought humanity time, but the KRYL were far from defeated. Their fleet, though diminished, regrouped at the edge of the system, their ships repairing and preparing for another assault. The Titan S crew knew the next attack would be even more brutal. Captain Reyes gathered her officers in the war room, the holographic display showing the KRL's movements. "They're not retreating," she said. "They're regrouping. We need to hit them before they're ready." The crew debated their options, weighing the risks of a preemptive strike against the need to defend Earth. Reyes made the decision. "We take the fight to them. We can't wait for them to come to us." The Titan moved into position, its cloaking device masking its approach. The KRYL fleet was spread out, their ships focused on repairs and resupply. The Titan's AI analyzed their formation, identifying the most vulnerable targets. Reyes ordered a coordinated strike, targeting the KRL supply ships and repair stations. The Titan S weapons fired in unison, their plasma lances and railguns tearing through the KRL's defenses. The alien fleet, caught off guard, scrambled to respond, but the Titan S precision and firepower gave it the upper hand. The KRL supply lines were severed, their ability to regroup severely hampered. The KRYL commander, a ruthless strategist known as Vrax, realized the Titan S threat and ordered a counterattack. The KRYL fleet converged on the Titan, their ships unleashing a barrage of energy beams and missiles. The Titan S shields held, but the strain was immense. Reyes ordered evasive maneuvers, the massive ship weaving to the enemy fire with surprising agility. The crew worked tirelessly, their training and teamwork keeping the Titan in the fight. The KRL's tactics were relentless, their ships swarming the Titan from all sides. Reyes knew they couldn't hold out forever. "We need to take out their command ship," she said. "Without Vrax, they'll fall apart." The Titan's AI identified Vrax's flagship, a heavily armored vessel, at the center of the KRYL formation. Reyes ordered a concentrated assault, the Titan S weapons focusing on the flagship's weak points. The KRYL ships moved to protect their commander, their formation tightening around the flagship. The Titan S weapons tore through the enemy's ships, but the KRYL's numbers were overwhelming. Reyes knew they needed a new strategy. "Prepare the gravity well," she ordered. The Titan S experimental gravity well generator was a last resort, capable of creating a localized singularity. The risks were immense, but the potential payoff was worth it. The gravity well activated, its pull drawing the KRYL ships like a black hole. The enemy vessels were caught in the gravitational field, their engines straining against the pull. The Titan S weapons fired relentlessly, their targets unable to escape. Vrax's flagship, caught in the gravity well, was torn apart, its hull buckling under the strain. The KRYL fleet, now leaderless, began to falter. The Titan pressed its advantage, its weapons cutting through the enemy ships with surgical precision. The KRL's coordination broke down, their ships scattering in disarray. The Titan S crew cheered as the enemy fleet retreated, their morale shattered. The victory was hard-won, but the Titan had proven its worth once again. The crew began repairs, the ship's automated systems working to restore its damaged systems. Reyes stood on the bridge, her gaze fixed on the retreating Kryll ships. "We bought ourselves some time," she said, "but this isn't over. The Kryll will be back, and we need to be ready." The Titan-S crew, though exhausted, knew she was right. The battle had been won, but the war was far from over. The Titan's engines hummed as it prepared for the next phase of the conflict, its crew united and determined. Humanity had faced the darkness and emerged stronger, but the fight was far from over. The Kryll fleet's retreat was not the end. Scattered and leaderless, their remnants regrouped in a distant system, licking their wounds and plotting their next move. The Titan, though victorious, bore the scars of battle, its hull pockmarked, its systems strained, and its crew weary but resolute. Captain Elena Reyes knew the Kryll would return, and when they did, they would come with a vengeance. The Titan-S mission was clear: hunt down the remaining Kryll forces and ensure they could never threaten humanity again. "We don't wait for them to come to us," Reyes declared. "We take the fight to them. This ends now." The Titan's engines roared as it set course for Kryll's last known position. The journey was tense, the crew preparing for what could be their final battle. The ship's AI analyzed every scrap of data, mapping out the Kryll's likely strategies and weaknesses. The crew worked tirelessly, repairing systems and refining tactics. Reyes addressed them, her voice steady but filled with urgency. "This isn't just about survival anymore. This is about proving that humanity won't be intimidated, that we won't back down. We fight not just for Earth, but for every species the Kryll have oppressed. This is our stand." When the Titan arrived at the Kryll staging area, the sight was daunting. The remnants of the Kryll fleet had merged with reinforcements, their numbers greater than before. At the center of their formation was a new flagship, larger and more heavily armed than the last. The Kryll had learned from their mistakes. Their ships now equipped with countermeasures to the Titan-S gravity well and cloaking technology. Reyes studied the holographic display, her mind racing. "They've adapted," she said, "but so have we. We hit them where it hurts. Their command structure. Without leadership, they'll fall apart." The Titan launched its assault, its weapons firing in precise, devastating salvos. The Kryll fleet responded with overwhelming force, their ships swarming the Titan from all sides. The battle was fierce, the Titan-S shields flickering under the relentless barrage. Reyes ordered evasive maneuvers, the massive ship weaving to the enemy fire with surprising agility. The crew worked in perfect harmony, their training and determination keeping the Titan in the fight. The Kryll's new flagship, however, was a formidable opponent, its weapons tearing to the Titan-S defenses. Reyes knew they needed a new strategy. "Target their flagship's engines," she ordered. "If we can cripple it, we can isolate it from the rest of the fleet." The Titan-S weapons focus on the flagship's propulsion systems, their plasma lances and railguns hammering the enemy ship's hull. The Kryll flagship shields held, but the strain was evident. The Titan's AI identified a weak point in the flagship's defenses, a gap in its shielding caused by the intense firefight. Reyes seized the opportunity. "Concentrate fire on that gap. Now!" The Titan-S weapons struck true, their combined firepower breaching the flagship's hull. The Kryll flagship shuddered, its engines sputtering as critical systems failed. The rest of the Kryll fleet, now without their command ship, began to falter. The Titan pressed its advantage, its weapons cutting through the enemy ships with surgical precision. The Kryll's coordination broke down, their ships scattering in disarray. The Titan-S crew cheered as the enemy fleet retreated, their morale shattered. The victory was hard-won, but the Titan had proven its worth once again. The crew began repairs, the ship's automated systems working to restore its damaged systems. Reyes stood on the bridge, her gaze fixed on the retreating Kryll ships. "We bought ourselves some time," she said, "but this isn't over. The Kryll will be back, and we need to be ready." The Titan-S crew, though exhausted, knew she was right. The battle had been won, but the war was far from over. The Titan's engines hummed as it prepared for the next phase of the conflict, its crew united and determined. Humanity had faced the darkness and emerged stronger, but the fight was far from over. The Titan-S victory sent a message to the galaxy. Humanity was not to be underestimated. The KRYLL, once thought invincible, had been humbled. The Titan became a symbol of hope, its name whispered in awe across the stars. Captain Reyes and her crew knew their mission was far from over, but they also knew they had changed the course of history. The Titaness legacy was secure, its story a testament to humanity's resilience and determination. The stars were no longer a place of fear, but a frontier of endless possibility. The Titaness engines roared as it set course for the next challenge, its crew ready to face whatever the galaxy threw at them. Humanity had taken its first step into the cosmos, and there was no turning back.